Good morning and welcome in on this Monday. Dan Hardenbrook coming to you from the Duke Sport Shop Studios, downtown Newberry. Ready now for a look at your latest local news from around the region. It is your Newberry News Update here on M123 FM. In your local news this morning, Quamnon area schools and the community of Newberry mourning the loss of a young student. In a letter sent out to the district yesterday, Superintendent Stacy Price notified the school community of the loss of fifth grade student Rowan Clark. Clark passed away on Saturday. Rowan was described by the school as a caring, compassionate student with a great sense of humor, will be deeply missed by the school community. In response to the tragedy, Quamnon area schools will have a crisis response team available on site in the building today during school hours. The team will include mental health professionals as well as the Hope Animal Assisted Response Team. Students will be given the opportunity to talk with someone about how they are feeling and identify with ways to cope with loss. For some students, the death of someone they know may remind them of others they've lost. For others, it may be the first time they've lost someone who is a part of their daily lives. The district is encouraging parents to allow children to grieve in their own way and time, but to also make sure that they know you're here to listen and watch for behaviors that concern you. You can reach out to the school for assistance if you're noticing concerning behavior. The district has a resource page posted on its Facebook page. Parents who are uncertain or need extra help with supporting their child are encouraged to contact the school to speak with mental health professionals. You can call 906-293-3226, extension 1101, to be redirected. Engadine Consolidated Schools also showing their support following the loss. In a statement on the Engadine Consolidated Schools Facebook page yesterday, Superintendent Andrew Alvesteffer notified the Engadine community of the passing as well. Many Engadine students personally knew the child and the family, so Engadine Consolidated Schools is stepping up to assist their school community with the grief process as well, offering crisis intervention counselors at school today to help students cope with the sudden loss. Engadine said they're deeply saddened and asked everyone to keep the family in their thoughts and prayers as they navigate the difficult loss of their child. Anyone with questions in Engadine can contact Alvesteffer at the Engadine Consolidated Schools at 906-477-6313. The Village of Newberry is notifying residents and customers that they will begin system flushing of the water system today. They'll begin between the hours of 7 a.m. and 3:30 p.m., and flushing of the system will continue Monday through Friday. Should take several weeks to complete, as the village will start on the west side and work their way east. During flushing, residents can expect reduced water pressure, discoloration, or momentary interruptions of water service. The Village of Newberry is advising its residents to refrain from doing laundry during those hours, as flushing and discoloration can lead to stained clothing. If your water is discolored, you can run the cold water tap for 10 to 15 minutes, and it should clear it up. The water is safe for consumption, and anyone with questions can call the Village of Newberry office at 293-5681. The village is also apologizing for any inconvenience and asks for cooperation during the flushing system. The Crisp Point Lighthouse is hosting a youth art contest. The Crisp Point Lighthouse Historical Society is inviting area youth ages 6 to 15 to participate in this year's youth art contest. They're hoping to spark interest in lighthouses and maybe even inspire future lighthouse keepers. Submissions must show the Crisp Point Lighthouse Tower in Newberry. Limit of 2 entries per person. You're asked to not put names on the front of the artwork. Artwork can be made using pastels, pencils, crayons, markers, paint on a flat surface such as paper or poster board. No photography or digitally created entries will be allowed, and all artwork must be handcrafted. There is no entry fee. Submissions will be taken until March 15th. Artwork can be scanned as a high-resolution PDF or photographed at the high-resolution setting. Please do not photograph the artist with the artwork. Attach the digital image to an email. Send it to linda@crisppointlighthouse.org. In the email, please include the title of the artwork, student's name, youth age, as well as a t-shirt size, parent name, address, phone number, and email address. That way they can connect and contact the winners. You can also download an entry form for that. Whitefish Township Community Schools has a link on their Facebook page. You can also go to crisppointlighthouse.org for more information. The Bay Mills Indian community has entered an agreement that will provide school nursing to Brimley area school students. Students at Brimley will now have access to health care while at school, thanks to the new collaboration between the district and the Bay Mills Indian community. Brimley Elementary Principal Hugh Clark has been working with Tribal Administrator Rachel Lyons since late last year to inquire about how to get nursing services back on the school campus. Under the agreement, Brimley schools will initially pay a portion of the salary for the nurse with grant funds during the first year. The Bay Mills Health Center will supply the rest of the cost. After Brimley's funds are exhausted, Bay Mills Indian Community will take over the entire salary of the position. Bay Mills is also supplying the medical chairs and technology to the school, with the school supplied staff needed for the nurse to serve the students. Nurse practitioner Ashley Ellis will be at the school on site Monday through Friday during the remainder of the school year from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. During school breaks, Ellis will work and serve students out of the Bay Mills Health Center. She was vetted and hired by Bay Mills Health Center and began her position on January 31st. She has a bachelor's degree in nursing from Lake Superior State University and Master of Science in Nursing from the University of Cincinnati. 2 statewide laws are now being suspended in response to federal decisions last week to change regulations and protections on the gray wolf population. The order that came down Thursday from federal court in California returned gray wolves, including those in Michigan, to the federal list of endangered species. That ruling means that 2 state laws in Michigan governing the ability to kill wolves preying on livestock, pets, and hunting dogs are now immediately suspended. The ruling from U.S. District Judge Jeffrey S. White in the Northern District of California vacated a U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service order from November 3rd of 2020, which removed gray wolves from the list of endangered and threatened wildlife in the lower 48 states. The original U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service ruling did not include wolves in the Northern Rockies or the Mexican wolf subspecies. The now suspended state laws are Public Act 318 of 2008, which allows hunting dog owners to remove, capture, or use lethal means to destroy a wolf in the act of preying on the owner's dog, offered the same provision to livestock owners. Wolves in Michigan are classified as protected game species. It remains illegal to kill a wolf except in defense of human life. The DNR says livestock owners will continue to be compensated for wolf depredation losses. Hunting of wolves while they are on endangered species lists is not permitted. The DNR had said that a wolf hunt should be considered, but several things should take place, including updating the Michigan Wolf Management Plan, consulting Native American tribes, permanently settling the legal status of wolves given a long history of legal challenges that have resulted in frequently shifting statuses on the wolf population. The DNR said it begun to work on its wolf management plan in 2021, had met with tribal governments. However, the court's order resolved cross motions for summary judgment in 3 related cases. The restoration of wolf protections comes as many wolf hunt proponents have been advocating for hunting across the Upper Peninsula. That is a look at your latest local news this morning. It's your Newberry News Update here on M123 FM. Time now to check in with sports this morning. Matt Stafford is a Super Bowl champion. The longtime Lions quarterback gets his first championship in his first season with the LA Rams. Los Angeles beat the Cincinnati Bengals 23-20. Super Bowl 50 last night. Stafford threw for 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, did have 2 picks. We found Cooper Kupp on the game winner. Just over a minute to go in the contest. Kupp had 8 catches for 92 yards and 2 TDs. He was the Super Bowl MVP. Rams pick up their second Super Bowl title in franchise history. The Michigan High School Athletic Association has announced pairings and game times for the opening of this year's high school hockey state tournament. Manistee Emeralds varsity co-op with Newberry, Munising, and Superior Central will be in a pre-regional round as they take on the Gaylord Blue Devils. That game will be a 7 o'clock start time, February 22nd at the Otsego County Sportsplex. The winner of that pre-regional game will move into the regional semifinals a couple of days later, with a chance to compete for regional championship late in February. The Emeralds have 2 regular season games left on their schedule. They'll be in Kalamazoo for a pair of games against Matawan and Kalamazoo next weekend. Big changes to the local high school sports schedule as a shortage of officials caused games to get canceled and rescheduled. Newberry High School has combined its JV and varsity boys contest with its girls varsity game. Those will all take place in Pickford on Tuesday. The JV boys will now start at 4:30 with the varsity games to follow. Originally, the girls were scheduled to play Pickford at home this week, but after being unable to obtain officials, 2 schools decided to hold one night of games in a single location in Pickford where officials were available. Engadine Consolidated Schools and the Eagle Athletic Program facing the same problem. The boys' JV and varsity games scheduled for Tuesday, February 15th have been now moved to Wednesday. We'll have a JV tip-off at 6 o'clock with the varsity game to follow. Your latest local weather forecast for the day today. Slight chance of snow showers, partly sunny. Highs in the upper teens. Wind chills stay brutally cold. How about -10 to -20? South winds 5 to 10. Tuesday, partly sunny. Highs again in the upper teens. Wind chills below 0. East winds 5 to 10. Wednesday, we actually see rain and snow mix with freezing rain possible. Highs will be in the upper 30s. I'm Dan Hardenbrook. This is your Newberry News Update on M123 FM.